A very good morning. Today's topic is chemiosmotic hypothesis. The learning objective of this PowerPoint presentation is application of chemiosmotic theory to understand the structure, function, relationship of energy transduction system, to understand the role of electron transport complexes in the establishment of proton gradient. In 1961, Peter Michel postulated the chemiosmotic hypothesis. It explained the mechanism of ATP synthesis within the chloroplast during photosynthesis. Chemiosmosis is the movement of ion across a semi-permeable membrane down their electrochemical gradient. Electrochemical gradient means there is a difference in the concentration of ion across the membrane, which help in the formation of ATP. An ion gradient has potential energy and can be used to power chemical reaction when the ion pass through a channel. As in this diagram, you can see there is a membrane, and inside the membrane there is a high concentration of ion, and outside the membrane there is low concentration of ions, and this red area between the membrane represent a channel through which these ion will move from high concentration to the low concentration. Hydrogen ion protons will diffuse from an area of high proton concentration to an area of lower proton concentration, and an electrochemical concentration gradient of proton across a membrane can be used to make ATP. This is the whole idea behind the or whole crux of the chemiosmotic hypothesis, that a concentration gradient across the membrane can be used for the synthesis of ATP. This process is related to osmosis, the diffusion of water across a membrane, which is why it is called chemiosmosis. The components which are required for chemiosmosis are a proton gradient across the membrane, a proton pump, and ATP synthase. ATP synthase is a most important part of this chemiosmosis hypothesis, which is an enzyme which is attached to a F1 particle of the F0 F1 unit, which lies on the outer side of the thylakoid membrane facing the stroma, where F0 particle will act as a transmembrane channel and F1 will act as a enzyme ATP synthase. Now this is structure of ATP synthase. This is F0 particle which is present in the outer and inner side of thylakoid membrane. So this F0 particle present in between the thylakoid membrane, and F1 particle lies outside the outer thylakoid membrane facing stroma. So this F1 faces the stroma and lies outside the thylakoid membrane, and this F0 and F1 particle is joined together by a stalk, where F0 function as a transmembrane channel. Now we will discuss how this chemiosmotic hypothesis take place in actual. As we know, the photosynthesis is very important process in the plant. During this photosynthesis, the two phases occur. First is the light phase, second is the dark phase. The light phase is the phase in which the reducing power and energy currency ATP and NADPH are produced, which is later used during the dark reaction for the synthesis of sugar molecule. So during the photochemical phase or light reaction, ATP and NADP are generated. These are the key components and used in the dark reaction for the production of final product of photosynthesis, that is sugar. Let us see how this ATP and NADPH are generated during the light reaction. In this diagram, as we see, there is photosystem 2 and photosystem 1, and in between these two photosystem there are series of electron carriers. These are the series of electron carrier which help in the downhill journey of electron from photosystem 2 to the photosystem 1, and it represent the Z scheme, that is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. From photosystem 2, the electron is first hand over to a electron name is plastoquinone. Then through cytochrome it is transferred to a next electron carrier, that is known as a plastocyanin, and from plastocyanin this electron is transferred to the photosystem 1. And from where this electron is come from? This electron is come from the photosystem 2. And the most important part, when electron from photosystem 2 travel to the photosystem 1 through a series of electron carrier, it loses some energy, and this energy is used for the synthesis of ATP. Here it is represented, and also NADPH is formed. In this diagram, it is very easily represented that how during light energy ATP and NADPH is formed, but in actual this process is not simple as shown in this diagram. This process is a complex process. Now we will discuss how this complex process of ATP and NADPH synthesis actually takes place. In this diagram, the two membrane of thylakoid are shown. This is external thylakoid membrane. This is internal thylakoid membrane. And the area inside the thylakoid inner membrane, it is known as a lumen. So this is known as lumen. The area outside the thylakoid membrane, it known as a stroma. And in between these two thylakoid membrane, the photosystem 2 and photosystem 1 lies. And now we will take look at how the synthesis of ATP and NADPH take place. When sunlight comes and falls on photosystem 2, the accessory pigment take the photon and transfer this photon to the main chlorophyll pigment or reaction center of photosystem 2. And from this photosystem, a pair of electron will excite and go to the energy state. And from this higher energy state, here is a electron carrier, that is plastoquinone, and here is a electron carrier named as a plastocyanin. Now electron which goes to the higher energy state, it will lose some energy to come at the lower energy level, and during this process these electrons are taken by a series of electron carrier to a downhill journey. So the primary electron acceptor is the plastocyanin. Now from plastocyanin the electron is handed over to a series of electron carrier so that this electron will pass to a photosystem 1, and when this electron is passing through a series of electron carrier, it comes across a complex which is known as a cytochrome B6 complex, and this cytochrome is not actually a electron acceptor, it is a proton acceptor and a electron transporter. When electron passing through cytochrome loses energy, cytochrome uses that energy to pump a hydrogen, a pair of proton from stroma, and pump into inside the lumen of a thylakoid, and then this electron is passed to a electron carrier plastocyanin, and from plastocyanin it is passed to the photosystem 1. Now what actually a cytochrome is doing here is, cytochrome is not a electron acceptor. As we mentioned earlier, this is a series of electron carrier. It is not an electron carrier, but rather it is a proton acceptor and electron transporter. So using that energy which electron loses when it comes across a cytochrome, pair of proton from stroma, and pump it into the lumen of thylakoid. Now from here the continuously there is loss of electron from the photosystem 2. This loss of electron is compensated by, here inside the inner membrane of thylakoid a complex is present which is responsible for the splitting of water. It is also known as OEC, that is oxygen evolving complex. Here water is splitted or break down into H ions, a pair of proton plus a pair of electrons plus oxygen, and oxygen, as you know, is a byproduct of photosynthesis. So oxygen goes to the atmosphere, hydrogen or pair of proton inside the lumen, electron is passed to the photosystem 2 to compensate the loss of electron which is going from photosystem 2 to the photosystem 1. Now due to this both process, first due to the pump of hydrogen ion from stroma to the lumen of thylakoid, and due to the splitting of water inside the lumen, the hydrogen concentration inside the lumen is increasing and hydrogen concentration outside the stroma or in the stroma is decreasing, and a concentration gradient is formed across the thylakoid membrane. Now as concentration gradient is formed across the membrane, now why this we are so interested in this concentration gradient? We are so interested in this concentration gradient because when the gradient is broken due to the movement of proton across the membrane to the stroma through the transmembrane channel of F naught of the ATP synthase. The ATP synthase enzyme consists of two parts, F naught and F1. The F naught, as we discussed earlier, is embedded in the thylakoid membrane and form a transmembrane channel that carries out the facilitated diffusion of proton across the membrane through its channel. The other portion is known as a F1, and which protrudes on the outer surface of the thylakoid membrane on the side that faces the stroma. The breakdown of the concentration gradient provide enough energy to cause a conformational change in the CF particle of the ATP synthase, which makes the enzyme synthesize energy molecule ATP. So from here it is clear how ATP is formed and why we are so interested in this concentration gradient, because it is only the concentration gradient of proton when it break down help in the synthesis of ATP. Now we will complete the, this is how ATP is formed. Now we will complete the Z scheme of electron transfer. When this electron from photosystem 2 is passed to the photosystem 1, now here electron again get excited and goes to higher energy state, and on the outer side of thylakoid here a enzyme light named as a NADP reductase. Now when these protons pass from lumen to the stroma, now these hydrogen ion come here, protons come here, and these protons now join here with the pair of electrons, and with the help of enzyme which is NADP reductase, NADPH form. This is how in actual the ATP and NADPH reducing power are formed in the chemiosmosis hypothesis. So now it is clear how actual the chemiosmotic hypothesis take place. Now we will discuss in a short how proton gradient is created. The proton gradient is created due to the first pumping of proton by cytochrome inside the lumen, and second by photolytic splitting of water into H ion, electron and oxygen, which is given as product. So due to these the concentration of ion that is proton increase inside the lumen of the thylakoid, and in stroma the concentration of proton are less, creating a electrochemical gradient, which is very important because this breakdown of electrochemical gradient will help in the formation of ATP. Now we will discuss some question MCQs based upon this topic. First is the mechanism of ATP synthesis is explained by chemiosmotic hypothesis, photophosphorylation, electron transport chain, splitting of water. As we know, electron transport chain is only for the transfer of electron, splitting of water is for the creation of ionic gradient. So answer is chemiosmotic hypothesis. Next question, ATP synthesis is linked to A option development of electron gradient, B option development of atomic gradient, C option development of proton gradient, D option flow of electron across the membrane. As we study in the chemiosmotic hypothesis, the option is C, development of the proton gradient, because electron is transferred to from photosystem 2 to the photosystem 1. It's only the proton which when comes from lumen to the stroma through F0 and F1 particles help in the formation of ATP. Next question, what does not causes the proton gradient across the membrane? Splitting of water, moving electron through the photosystem, reduction of NADP, and Q cycle. Answer is Q cycle. Next question, where does the splitting of water take place? A. Stroma, B. Cytoplasm, C. Thylakoid lumen, D. Plasma membrane. As we know, the complex which is responsible for the photolytic splitting of water lies on the inner side of the thylakoid membrane facing the lumen. So, answer is the thylakoid lumen. Next question, where does exactly NADP reductase enzyme located? This is very important question, the location of NADP reductase enzyme. When we discuss about the structure of chloroplast, which is a double membrane structure, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. So on the inner side of membrane, in the previous MCQ we have discussed that the complex is present which is responsible for the photolytic splitting of water. So it is on the outer side, outer membrane of thylakoid, which face the stroma side, the NADP reductase enzyme is located. So answer is stromal side of the thylakoid membrane. Next question, the proton for the reduction of NADPH are taken from stroma, lumen of thylakoid, cytoplasm or matrix. Answer is they are taken from the stroma. After these protons are passed from thylakoid to stroma after synthesis of ATP. Next question, which of the following act as a transmembrane channel? Answer is A option, F0 of ATPase enzyme, because F1 is that site where conformational change occur. Next question, which enzyme catalyze the reaction of ATP formation during chemiosmosis? ATP hydrolase, ATPase or ATP synthetase? Answer is ATP enzyme.